Mainstream media is completely missing the real battle happening in the courtroom right now. During jury selection for Lil Durk's federal murder for hire trial, things took a crazy turn. A prospective juror identified as Juror 18 explicitly wrote in their background questionnaire that Durk and his co-defendants looked guilty. When questioned about it, the individual reportedly stated on paper, "I saw a lot of people die because of people that look like them." Now, when Juror 18 showed this clear bias, U.S. District Judge Michael Fitzgerald didn't immediately throw him out. He actually hesitated and tried to question him further. It took the federal prosecutors stepping up and agreeing with Durk's defense team to get that man dismissed. Was the judge slipping up, or was he just trying to protect the record? Either way, Judge Fitzgerald directly addressed this in court, acknowledging that some Americans still hold preconceived biases and presume guilt against defendants based entirely on their race, background, or physical appearance. This raises a central question for everyone watching this case. In a high-profile trial where a man's life is completely on the line, how can anyone get a fair shake when people carry those immediate, deep-rooted biases before a single piece of evidence is even shown? And that bias leads right into how this actual trial is being fought. Now that opening arguments are arriving, expect prosecutors to paint Durk as a street kingpin who orchestrated a complex, multi-state conspiracy. The government is telling the jury that Durk financed and ordered the hit on rival rapper Quando Rondo in Los Angeles as a direct retaliation for the 2020 killing of King Von. But Durk's legal team is countering hard. They are emphasizing that Durk wasn't even in Los Angeles when the shooting happened, and they are hammering the fact that the government completely lacks direct, physical evidence tying him to the coordination of the crime. The defense is urging the jury not to let the hip-hop lifestyle or internet rumors dictate a verdict. To try and beat the defense, the feds are setting up what looks like a massive trap. They are bringing out airport surveillance from San Diego, allegedly showing the co-defendants flying in from Chicago before traveling to LA to carry out the gas station ambush. They are also introducing two separate DJ Academics interviews. One features Durk himself, and the other features 6ix9ine and Whack 100 publicly taunting Durk for not sliding or retaliating for King Von. Prosecutors claim they have a witness who will testify that this exact public internet pressure is what motivated Durk to order the hit. But the biggest weapon the government is using is Durk's own music catalog. They want to turn his music into a literal confession booth. The judge cleared the prosecution to show the music video and lyrics for Durk's track Pissed Me Off, where prosecutors argue lines like "put up money for a hot car" prove he was funding violent operations. The tracks Back Again and Still Runnin' were also cleared to show Durk and OTF had a motive to seek revenge for King Von's death. The government points to lyrics like, "They be on my page like slide for Von. I know they trawlin' me. Got it back in blood. Y'all just don't know. That's how it posed to be from Who Wants Smoke. And don't respond to shit with Von." I'm like, fuck it, you trippin'. Go get your gun. They droppin' locations. I'm getting it done. Fuck tweetin'. We slidin'. The feds are coming from aha. To prove Durk was the leader who funded his co-conspirators' violence, they cite bars like, "We ain't trying to make peace with them boys. I pay rent, they're my shooters from the track Hanging with Wolves. And I don't want no ninjas who you catch. I want the one I paid for. Trolling ass. We shot your homie" from the song Rumors. The government even included a line from an unreleased audio file seized from a co-conspirator's phone that says, "Popping traffic. We in Cali, ride through Beverly Hills with choppers. Bounty hunter." They are trying to convince a regular jury that Durk literally wrote a step-by-step instruction manual for a real-world crime. But Durk's defense team is fighting back with serious legal science. They filed a heavy supplemental brief arguing that using rap lyrics as evidence is racially prejudiced and violates federal evidence rules. They back this up by bringing in a declaration from Eric Nielsen, a University of Richmond professor who co-authored the book Rap on Trial: Race, Lyrics and Guilt in America. Nielsen testified that the language prosecutors claim is significant references to offs, firearms, and violence is actually common, commercial, and widespread across the entire rap music industry. It's entertainment, not an affidavit. Even scarier, the defense cited real academic studies showing that rap lyrics are judged way more harshly than identical lyrics from any other genre of music. In fact, one study found that simply being associated with rap lyrics was at least as damaging to a defendant as being charged with murder itself. The moment a jury hears these bars, they stop looking at the facts. The lockdown inside the courtroom is real. Judge Fitzgerald officially warned the gallery that anyone wearing Free Durk gear or causing a disruption will be thrown out and banned from the building. In the feds, they don't play about courtroom decorum. The judge is trying to keep the jury completely isolated from outside noise, but it just shows you how tense the energy is inside that room. And this exposes the massive, undeniable double standard in the American legal system. When Johnny Cash famously sung, "I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die," nobody called the FBI. When Bob Marley sung, "I shot the sheriff," nobody put him in front of a grand jury. Hollywood directors write hyper-violent mob movies about real-life gangsters every single day, and we give them Oscars. But when a young black rapper writes creative lyrics about the violent reality of his upbringing, the federal government treats it like a sworn, signed confession. Look at the full circle here. We started this video talking about how a prospective juror looked at Durk and judged him strictly based on his appearance and background, and now we see that the federal government is trying to do the exact same thing with his music. Drop a comment below and let me know what you think. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, comment, share, and hype the video.